Mike, what did you get us?
This away.
Oh, this is so cute. Oh, love it.
Oh, they made it. They made it on time. Oh, it's our Northern cup. And it matches our banner.
So
Wow.
That is gorgeous.
Oh,
Nakomig.
thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love, Janice. Those
Wow,
are so
pa.
beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
It's almost like I made them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inspired by you. Amazing. Thank
I'm
you
going to have
so
to
much.
take out only part of my gift.
Oh. All right. So just so you know, we will have these available for you for purchase. It's our very own Northern mugs.
So beautiful.
All right. So we have some friends here. We have Vanessa.
Hello.
So Vanessa, you talk a lot about the lack of support for new moms. Was there a moment after your own pregnancy that made you say, this has to change?
Yes, very significant moment at my 6-week appointment, the infamous 6-week doctor's appointment. I was in the waiting room and I was feeling very confident, I guess. I was feeling very comfortable with baby. My mom was there with me.
This was after your delivery, right?
Yeah, it's 6 weeks post birth.
Okay.
Just the appointment that you go to see if you're doing okay. I could hear conversations from other moms to be and moms that were also there for their 6-week post-birth appointment, and they were so stressed. I could hear the questions, the anxiety, the nervousness on so many different subjects. And I just started, slowly, literally eavesdropping, but I started to just kind of interact and just ask questions. And after my own appointment with the doctor, which I felt was quite, it was not up to standard for a 6-week post-birth period. It was very quick. It was just a quick exam to see if the signs of bringing back the uterine health to, your uterus just shrinking back was okay. And how you feeling mentally? Feeling good? Okay, good. No questions about if I was feeding myself correctly, how was breastfeeding going. No about how I was actually feeling, not just what the doctor saw. If I had support, if I felt like I was isolated, or like there wasn't really a fully presence from my OBGYN. And it pretty much gave me the answer as to why every single other mom in that waiting room was completely feeling stressed and not supported, because this 6-week checkup was clearly not enough. And pretty much doctor just said, if you feel sad or worried or you feel like you can't care for baby, make sure that you seek help. And that was the mental health follow-up that I got. And I was like, okay. And then physically I was like, so how is it going? And she's like, oh yeah, you can get back to regular activities, your workouts and everything. And in my head, I'm like, no way I can do that. Like I can feel that I can't do that yet. I could feel, and I knew also, theoretically that 6 weeks was not enough for me to start just from scratch as if everything was fine and back to normal. And then direct me either to see a physiotherapist, a perinatal physiotherapist, to make sure that my pelvic floor health was good and that I was feeling powerful enough to start, or strong enough to start moving again. So there's quite a lot of things that were lacking I felt, in my own experience. Obviously, it doesn't mean all doctors, all OBGYNs are going to be giving this type of follow-up. But in the context of all the moms also being so worried, and I could feel, all the worries in the waiting room. And I was like, all right, I think there's a space for me to bring support, and I needed support myself. So I just decided to, as I was on mat leave, start a postpartum mama's walk, just a walking club.
Yeah.
So every week, twice a week, just to have people that are living the same thing as you walk with you, talk, and feel like you're not just alone and so isolated. I'm a little bit on the older side, so all of my friends have already had children, so I was a little bit more alone in that phase of my life. But yeah, I just felt like the support was lacking. And I knew that with my knowledge, especially in the nutrition, on the nutrition side of things, they're not equipped to inform you on how nutrition should be in the postpartum depletion.
Yes.
Because there is a huge depletion that happens in your body nutrient-wise that has so many links to anything that is postpartum related health-wise. And whatever happens in your first 40 days is pretty much related to your entire 40 next years of health as a woman. And when you don't replete properly after, having pregnancy and having the baby, which requires everything you have, it can affect you on a lot of levels, including mental health, including hormonally. And so that's why we say it takes a while. It's not just a couple months.
And imagine having multiple children
and that
without the proper
increases
support.
even. Yeah, exactly. And every pregnancy will increase the depletion if you haven't been repleted.
Yes.
So sometimes you get to the third child and you're like, why am I so flat? I have nothing left in me. It's because of all those things. So it really triggered something in me. And I was like, all right, I think I found my purpose, because I was already certified to support pre and postnatal, but I wasn't making that my daily mission. And it really became that from there.
Makes me think of my grandma. She had 14 children.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back
Twins
to back.
too.
And her last ones were twins. And anytime she talked about her pregnancies, you could see how traumatized she was when she spoke about it. I mean, it was just horrible for her.
And back then, the doctors were they were even less involved.
I mean, she would even talk about how today people have maternity clothes, and back then you had to hide it. Yeah. So imagine just trying to hide this very natural process, but then trying to deal with postpartum after.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then getting pregnant again.
Which there was no knowledge about, right? We have some knowledge now, which is great, still not nearly enough.
Yeah.
So imagine then, for sure.
So before we go any further, I would like you to introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Vanessa Luciani. I own a health and fitness business called the VLM. I'm a pre and postnatal specialist. I'm a perinatal nutrition expert, also naturotherapist. I do a few things.
And you're a mom.
And I am a mom. I'm a mom. And if I could do only that, I would. But I do really love what I do, so I don't think I could do only that. But that's the most fascinating job.
Amazing. And you're my personal trainer.
And I am, yes.
And friend.
And for how many years now?
Yeah,
for a
it's
long
been quite
time.
a few.
Yeah.
We met online during the pandemic.
Yeah, so it's been 5 years.
Yes. Yeah.
We hit our 5-year path.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we need to celebrate that.
Yes. And we're very close.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you everything.
As you
I
should.
tell you absolutely everything.
As you
Beyond
should tell
fitness.
your coach.
Beyond fitness.
Yeah.
And people may have noticed that we have another friend who's new on Northern.
Yay!
If you can introduce yourself, please.
Hello, nakubik. I'm Janice Gray ngavunga palomipisi matsunga Montreal ngavunga, and I'm a longtime friend of Beatrice and Tanya, and I'm really excited to be helping out and guest hosting on Northern.
Yay! Welcome. Microphone hanin ligya lang abe. Yeah. Amazing. So, let's get on with this podcast. So you're a postpartum expert now, but when I met you, I hired you as my trainer. This was before my pregnancy. I want to go back to that.
Sure.
Because I started my fitness journey when I got sober. I talk about that a lot because I needed something to distract myself from this from like stepping away from a toxic lifestyle, which was abusing alcohol. Right. So I needed an outlet. I needed something new to do, a habit, a good habit to learn to take care of myself, because I didn't know how to take care of myself. When I quit drinking, I started focusing on, actually, even before I quit drinking, I decided to quit drinking pop. That was I'd like to think that was my first bad habit that I cut to try and get healthy.
Yeah.
Because
it's a good one to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Absolutely.
And I had gained a lot of weight. I was still in my 20s and I was very miserable because I had gained so much weight and I couldn't get a hold of that. I couldn't control my weight anymore, and that made me very sad. So I had a friend who said, cut pop, cut juice, don't drink those anymore because they're full of sugar, and cut carbs, and stop eating past 8 o'clock. So that felt hard, but I did it. And at the same time, there was a group of women at work who were walking every break time, 20 minutes, 10 a.m., 3 p.m. Yeah. We'd take the stairs from our third floor office and just go around the block. 20 minutes. Yeah. And that's when I slowly started incorporating
movement.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It, as small as it sounds, that was a starting point for me.
But when we say just start, that is literally what we mean.
Yes.
Just go walk.
Yeah.
It's
so underrated.
Yeah. Walking is very much underrated.
Yeah.
Even when I started taking better care of myself, it's hard to do all the change the diet, change the habits. But walking is something that you can do every day. Do it for free. Do it as long or as little as you want. And the more you do it, the easier it gets and the easier other things get too. So definitely the accessibility of walking is super underrated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the trickle effect it'll have.
Yes.
As you just start moving more regularly is, phenomenal.
Yes. So gradually, I with the progress that I was noticing in myself, I wanted more. So joined a fitness class at the local community center where I was living in Dorval at the time. And I went with a friend because it's just more fun to do it with friends. Right. And for many of us who are shy, then we'll be less shy if we go with a friend.
Yeah.
I'm shy.
Yeah. So that, and then I thought, once a week of, I think it was aerobics or something.
As long as it's movement and you're moving, it'll always be a positive thing.
Yeah,
it could be dance, it could be...
Yeah, and it was with women of all ages. Yeah. There was older women there, and I was like, these women rock. Like they're fit. So it felt good to do something, to have a place to go move. So I added another class, and then that led me to joining a gym. Again, it's like kind of embarrassing at first. Like you're shy, you don't feel like you quite belong. Like you see all these super fit, super buff people at the gym that know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and they're like, "Are you done with your sets?"
Yeah,
like,
it's intimidating.
Yeah,
it
is
really
intimidating.
Yeah.
But I kept at it, and then eventually,
you got comfortable.
And I got sober, and I wasn't shy to ask for help anymore, and also I was checking nutrition because I grew up on like steak and potatoes and junk food, and and that was my. I
mean, steak and potatoes are not that bad.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
It's really not bad.
But when there's always fries, when there's like pizza, processed foods.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Box of frozen fried chicken. Like it's all that.
To be fair, the chicken is for the bucket, not the chicken.
To go berry picking with.
That's funny.
At least that. So I needed to learn, and I'm still learning. And since I guess 2012 was really when I started trying to eat healthier.
So if I go back in when you started the conversation with the small things that you started doing a little bit at a time, and you mentioned cut sodas, cut juice, cut carbs. It's just that one that I just gotta stop on, because
let's talk about that.
We have this, the carbs have such a bad reputation.
Yeah.
And it's so sad for carbs, because carbs are great for you, and your body needs carbs.
Of course.
For your energy supply. That's their main role. And I find that sometimes we get caught up with all those fad diets that tell you you should do something.
And that's what I want to clear here on this podcast.
So your body is made in a way that is absolutely amazing, and has organs to filter, has hormones, and has a response to everything that you do to it. And food is a really big one, because we do it most of the time, right? Like we eat a few meals a day, we drink regularly throughout the day. Hopefully you hydrate with the right things. And that's also where I want to go with carbs. They have a bad reputation because a lot of the junk that you refer to, which you hear from me, there's no such thing as a good food and a bad food. It's just how you use it that makes the difference. But I will eat junk food. I'm not ashamed at all to say that I eat junk food. I think some of these things are really delicious in the mouth. But when I eat those, I eat for my soul. I know I'm not fueling my body. I know I'm not giving my body anything powerful, and it's not big nourishment. But there's another purpose to that. Now, if you do that every single day, that's when that gets.
And that's what I really learned from you. Because I had unhealthy relationship with food.
Right.
I ate to feel better. To comfort myself, which is a normal human reaction.
Right.
But then when it just consumes your thoughts.
But from a point of becoming sober as well is a little bit of a normal response, because it's switching the addiction, if you will, in a way. If we're talking about behavioral and psychologically, it's common. It's quite common.
Yeah. So what I really learned from you is that food is fuel for the body.
Right.
So I find that since these last 5 years that I've been working with you, I've really learned to prioritize foods that will fuel my body.
Right.
So choosing high protein foods before, let's say, eating for my soul.
Yes.
The donut that I had before this podcast, for example.
That really turned a switch on for me too. eating to fuel your body and eating to fuel your soul. Like, just understanding that there's two avenues there is huge.
Yeah, and it's okay.
Huge. Like, and I can say, okay, right now it's fuel body time.
Yeah.
Let's eat nicely.
Yeah.
And later, if your soul is hungry, we'll eat something for your soul.
Yeah, because when we're like...
I'm excited, like, today to apply that.
Yeah.
I know, because Peaches been trying to work on me for it.
Sometimes it's just about how you hear it.
That
And
really
it just
clicked
will
for
turn
me.
something else
Yeah,
on.
And you know, for me, like, I mean, I'm bad. I eat pretty rough, but like,
you see, we work on that language too.
yeah, I'm pretty rough, but I always think I'm not so bad that I need intervention, but I'm not healthy enough to feel healthy, you know? So just having that little tool there feels like I can do better. Right? Yeah.
And, you know, I say I use the body because it was the most, but I actually say fuel your body and mind because you impact your brain with everything you eat.
Oh, it's so true.
So your attention span, your memory, your concentration, all of these things are hugely affected by your foods. Yeah. So when we
your
say
sleep too,
your sleep, when we say fuel your body and mind, and then fuel your feed your soul in that special moment or the moment you selected, that's what we're trying to aim at. And when I say, you know, feed the soul, it's more like, think about it this way. Your body does not care if you're Tuesday lunch or Saturday night. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your body just needs to feel nourished, to function optimally. So if you're Saturday night thinking, oh, it's the weekend, I worked hard all week, I deserve this. Yeah, if that's the moment you selected, go for it. But if that happens Friday, Saturday morning, Saturday lunch, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday lunch, Sunday night.
Or if you're putting a schedule that's not on your body's schedule.
Right.
Yeah. Like you're putting a schedule on a week or a weekend schedule for reward, but that's not your body's schedule. Yeah.
Your body will. And then we get into a whole other part of things too when we consider that we have a 28-day on average cycle and not a 24-hour cycle like men.
Yeah, as women.
So that also plays a huge role in how you nourish yourself and how it affects you, because how you eat will also affect your entire menstrual cycle and your period and your PMS. So there's so much to be said on this. But if you keep what really enlighten your food journey for you today,
I feel like I'm gonna climb Mount Everest with my new tool bag. You tried so hard.
I got Vanessa just for you.
Peaches always riding my ass.
If I helped one person with this today, my mission is accomplished. Right?
Yeah, because what we eat really, really affects everything.
And she hears me. She hears me struggle. She hears my struggle with my anxiety, with my stress, with my not sleeping, with my arthritis.
I was just going to say, I heard you say arthritis, and in my head, I was like, ooh, all the anti-inflammatory foods I would give to this girl.
She tells me too, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
And yet you're naming so many things.
I'm not well. I am not well. Like when the drive here, because I came from New Brunswick, I didn't eat a single thing until I arrived in Montreal. The drive was 8 hours.
I was going to say, that's a ride. It's not.
And it was because I can't eat when I'm stressed and I'm really afraid of driving. Right. And it was my first big trip. But then, like, when I arrived, Beatrice checked in on me and I'm like, I'm not well, man. Like, I'm not well. Next day. And I told her, I said, I feel off. Like, I just can't ground myself. I have a headache. I couldn't get out of bed, and it's not, but I'm in now. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a duh moment there.
I was supposed to fuel my body.
And your car.
Yeah.
In your car.
I fueled my car.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad
that's
we're
how-
talking about this because that is the number one reference when it comes to your body. It's that it's like a car. Your fuel is your energy. So all the food, your energy, and what's going to make it work. So all your food, your nourishment is going to be your fuel. Then you have different parts of the car that are going to require different things to work properly.
Oil.
So the wheels are turning, which is
windshield wiper fluid.
exactly. And the oil, it'll be all of your great healthy fats that'll keep your joints
Yes.
and your brain and your hair and your nails.
Yes.
really
so let's
healthy.
simplify those things. What are those foods?
So healthy fats?
Yes.
Oh, fish. That's
Yeah.
a big one. And I know culturally fish is a very present thing. So go in on the fish.
Yeah.
Salmon has a little bit more. It's a bit of a more fatty fish.
Omega-3.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I knew
yeah. All of your nuts and seeds are all great healthy fats. So all the nuts, almonds, I don't know. Now that I'm trying to
Walnuts,
name them. Peanuts, all of those. So yeah, peanuts as well. Yeah, and then you can do the nut butters too.
Yeah.
Try
the natural ones.
Try to yes, please go
without
for
the sugar.
The one you have to
the one that
mix.
you look at the ingredients and you're like, oh, only peanuts? Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
that's all you need.
It's
you
pasty as hell the first time you
Well,
eat
you
it,
gotta
but you get
really-
used to it.
you
Hey,
just
Janice,
really
what do you
gotta-
have to say?
I haven't got used to it. Actually, I switched back to my regular hydrogenated oil peanut butter after my last jar, but I'm trying.
Listen,
What
there's
if you
one.
mix both of them? Yeah.
Well,
and then move to the...
you know what I will often have my clients do when they don't like the natural peanut butter is to put in some Greek yogurt in there.
That makes sense. I was thinking even like a little bit of olive oil or something to make it just a little bit
oil it a little bit.
creamier.
Yeah, you can use a healthier oil or even coconut oil if you're a coconut fan.
I prefer it on my skin, but yeah.
Or hair, coconut oil, or teeth. Did you know teeth
I've
whitening?
done- yeah.
My sister knows all these things. She said you have to brush your teeth with coconut oil.
I've actually never done it, but I know that it's. I have a hard time.
It's long. I've done it, and it's just if you can do it for 5 minutes, then incorporate it into your
into your
diet.
routine.
Like but otherwise it's not fun.
No, it's, I don't. I wouldn't think that would be the funnest thing to do, but.
I
Okay,
just wanna-
back to the
I want to mention something about you and Vanessa, and I think you guys have spent a long time really practicing self-care and learning what foods you respond well to and that fuel your body. But I know from our generation, like the span of our generations, that like I was raised by Tyra Banks on TV.
Right.
And that whole shame and guilt around food that started even in the cartoons we were watching as teenagers.
It's very deep rooted.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
like Tanya was saying, if that's something that you can't quite manage to pick away out of yourself yet, then don't feel like you're treating yourself badly because you hate yourself. There's just so much that everyone has going on, especially femme people and food and diet and body image. And especially before and after pregnancy, like on top of all of the body image issues that we have, the obsession with especially appearing to eat and not eat.
Right.
Is there's a lot of shame. I think that we have to unlearn there too. It's not just a matter of having good food around. You have to work on yourself in a way.
It's a deep rooted thing. Like for me, like the struggle with eating to feel good. Like I didn't know that until I became aware of it. Where if I get upset, I want to eat a chocolate bar. I want to eat a piece of cake. Like I'm conscious of that now, but before I wasn't.
Yeah.
So
you have to get conscious of first. You have to acknowledge.
Yeah.
That's the first.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think biggest thing for me is like what Janice was hitting on is like, say if somebody was to ask me to describe Beatrice, I would say she's probably the most grounded person I know.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Although I'm a mess sometimes.
We all
but
are.
you're so conscious, and and then I see you take all these steps to take care of yourself, and like the self-care and the breaks and the eating well and the exercising, and like really when it all breaks down to is I feel like I don't deserve to take a break. And so it's like I don't matter. So you got to keep going. Go. Like it doesn't matter what you eat as long as you work, as long as everybody is okay. Everybody else is okay. So I think that's my biggest struggle with getting healthy, or even going to see a therapist, right? I feel like I don't deserve to take that time
for yourself.
But now that you can say that, then
I don't know.
It might change.
Yeah.
Because saying it is really powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Voicing that.
Yeah, because it breaks the silence.
Well, it's hard because I know that it's starting to take over me. The not taking care of myself,
It catches up.
Yeah. And I feel it, but then I feel like it slows me down. So I need to work more. I need to pay attention less to whatever I need. And like this whole me crying so easily is clearly because I need to get shit off my chest, and it's just sitting here.
But it hit you different, this conversation. And I think it's great because
everything hits.
But I promise you're not the only one feeling that way. And someone is hearing you and is crying just like you right now because that's how they feel as well.
But it's so big. Like it's so big. Like and I watch Beatrice and I think to myself, there's no way I could take time like I for myself like that. Like who do I think I am, or to go for a walk, or like I have all this shit on my shoulders and people relying on me, and
that is one more reason why you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But let me voice it this way. Maybe this will speak to you too, who knows. But you're the only one that lives in your body and your mind and your soul. No one will ever know what that feels like. And if you don't do it, no one ever will. And because you're the only one that is this is your permanent home, the one you will never get out of, the one you can't move out from, it needs and progressively can be the home that you take the most care of. It's not always obvious. Like, me too. We go through different phases, different circumstances, but certain things have to remain your foundation. And that's part of the lifestyle change. And it doesn't happen in a couple months. No way you get on a 90-day challenge and you accomplish that. That's not how that works. It'll be challenging for 90 days. You're on something. It takes a commitment. You're proud. But did you actually make changes that will stay? Did you actually make changes that work in your reality, that work for you with who you are, your values, your principles, how you operate, your circumstances? So changing a lifestyle is not something you do quickly. And that's why changing a lifestyle will have results that last, that are sustainable, that will last, that will stay with you forever, because they can stay with you through the different struggles and obstacles as your way of coping, which it takes years. I realized the first time that I was like, okay, I'm really living this healthy lifestyle thing. Oh, I got it. And I was already a coach. Yeah. And I realized 4 years into my own journey, after being an athlete and then losing sight of my healthy habits and getting back into it, 4 years into that. And I had done 2 fitness competitions. I had lost a lot of fat percentages, went from a lot to very little to back to a little bit more because it was not sustainable. And it took me 4 years to sit there and say, oh my God, I'm on a trip.
I'm doing it the right way.
And I'm picking foods that are fueling when I have the choice to pick anything else. And I'm working out because it feels good. And I'm prioritizing these things through circumstances that I could really not. I could sleep in until 11 a.m. I could eat all the foods that wouldn't fuel me. But in 4 years for me, and how long did it take for you to say to yourself, oh my God, I think this is integrated. Like, it's not an overnight thing.
The exercises were definitely integrated, but the food took much longer.
That's why I'm like the lifestyle part.
Yeah, the lifestyle part. Because we are so conditioned that being thin for women is what we should strive for.
Right.
But now it's not about being thin. It's about being fit. It's about being healthy and strong.
Right.
And the aesthetics
is a bonus.
Yeah. Exactly.
It comes when you put these actions together. Then you get the benefit of your body thanking you for that.
Yeah. And yeah, like I do, like, I wanted to do this podcast because I want us to learn how to eat healthy, how to make healthier choices, and why. Why do we want to do that? Because
and young elders,
we want to be strong when we're older. We don't want to be dependent on other people. We don't want to use a cane. We don't want to use a walker. We don't want to be stuck at home because we can't walk anymore. Because that is what I see so much in our elders.
And young elders.
Young elders, dying of heart attacks, dying from cancer.
Well, you have that trouble in big society here already, but imagine us as Inuit, where the first new foods that were introduced to us were shelf preserved foods high in salt. I mean, my grandma died thinking that canned corn was good for you.
Right.
Stuff like this, and chicken noodle soup. I mean, it's yellow salt, and that was good for you. And that's what you had to have so that's what fed us, and
it's interesting because for people like us Inuit about our age, we are pretty much the second generation on that diet. And how closely, like how recently our genetic memory was not made for it. Especially the amount of sugar that we're eating as Inuit.
Oh, yeah. And it's appalling. It's appalling how much sugar our Inuit kids.
I mean, kids are given a cup of tea with sugar in it.
I used to amama tea and sugar.
And Bannock is good.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Me too. Chocolate milk.
Carnation.
Carnation. Yeah, the carnation.
Without added water. Just drink it straight out of a bottle.
I had no front teeth. I was raised by my grandparents and all they did was give me sweets in a bottle.
Yeah. I lost all my teeth too before I turned 5.
Yeah,
like I had to get surgical.
You see bottles with red juice in it.
Yeah,
everywhere.
So that's what I want to talk about here, because this podcast is for Inuit. Although we're speaking in English, because we have a wider audience online on the podcast, but these are gonna be voiced over into Inuktitut, so we reach a maximum amount of Inuit. So the sugar, let's get back to sugar. What does sugar do to the body, Vanessa?
Right. Well, if you eat, obviously fruits and vegetables also have sugar, but those sugars are made for you to also receive other nutrients from the fruits and the vegetables. So you have all the minerals and vitamins that come with it. So your body is going to use that. There is also fiber that is part of that sugar, which will lower the response of sugar in your body, which we refer to that as your blood sugar levels or the glycemia in your blood. So what happens when you eat sugar, especially refined sugar, is that it's not a natural sugar. Therefore, the body is going to have a harder time breaking it down, and the effect is emphasized, which is why we refer to that as a little bit of the same response as drugs, because it does a little bit of the same, it has a little bit of the same behavior for your brain, which is to create dependency. So because it creates a really big curve in the glycemia in your blood, anything that goes really high up has to come down. So the higher the curve is with a lot of sugar consumed, going all the way up, the lower the curve on the way down is going to be, which what happens when you're at the bottom of the curve, you're feeling exhausted, can't concentrate, can't focus, and your body is sending you signals that you need more. So that's the dependency that it creates, because then you're getting the memo that I need more sugar. And your body will often send these messages with cravings. Oh, you really need to get that chocolate bar. Oh, you really need to eat these chips. Oh, you really need to grab anything that will give your body the quick energy. And of course, you have different types of sugar as well. So you have the complex carbs and you have the simple carbs. And we can get into all of that as well, because those are just the rate at which your body will process it is different. One takes longer. The other one is a quick energy. So when we talk about refined sugar, it's a quick boost of energy within about 20 minutes to 30 minutes of your digestion kind of taking it in. So what we try to do, and that's why I said, when you said cut carbs, it's not so much about cutting carbs, it's to eat the ones that will, once again, fuel you. And what we're trying to do with that is to keep the curve, because the idea is not for you to have a flat line. It's not possible. You're eating all types of foods, and your body is made to also process that. So you want to make sure that you eat a variety of foods, but it's to eat the ones that will keep your curve at a place that it's comfortable and not creating these demands for higher sugar, for more energy, because it's too low. So if we talk about a complex carb, that is one that's very useful. We can say like quinoa, for example, has fiber and also it's the only plant-based grain. It's the only grain that has the full protein, the full 20 not 20, because 9 of them you produce, but 11 of them you produce, 9 of them you have to consume in your foods. So it's the only plant-based product that has all 9. Usually all plant-based will have 3, maybe 4 of the 9 amino acids that you need to get to complete your protein. So that's a really interesting one, and that's why they call it superfood, because it has everything that your body will need, the protein, carbs, and the fiber. So when we talk about eating a balanced plate, we want you to have lots of fiber, which will come from your fruits, vegetables, and your grains. Lots of protein, which will fuel your the processes in your body, which have to do with anything that is cell regeneration related. That's why we need lots of protein for when we work out, or when you have an injury, or you get surgery. You really want to focus on your protein, because that's what will regenerate the cells. And also weight loss, because your body needs to learn how to get rid of the extra fat to build muscle, and building muscle requires cell generation. So, and then the last part of that well-balanced plate, which usually I'll call it the complete in 3, is your fats. And that can appear in different ways. If you cook with oil, try to be a healthy oil, it'll be your fat. If your salmon is the main protein on your dish, you'll have fat. If you add half an avocado to your dish, you'll have fat. If you sprinkle some seeds on there, you'll have a little extra fat. So those are the 3 main things, because they complement each other. So if I give you an example, if I eat dates are great for you. They're a natural fruit. It's a dried fruit that we eat, high in sugar, also high in a lot of other things that we really love, minerals wise and vitamin wise, and has fiber. But if you eat 5 dates it'll do the same thing as if you had a chocolate bar because it's a lot of sugar all at once. But if you eat 5 dates with some nuts or some yogurt, not 5 dates, we'll always do things in moderation. So 1 or 2. If you have it with Greek yogurt that is high in protein, or you choose a skyr yogurt that is high in protein and has fats. So I always say, don't get the 0% yogurt, get the one that has the fat. And so that you get the active bacteria as well. And that helps with the probiotics. But then you have all 3, which the fats and the fiber and the protein will help process that sugar and not send your body into a very high curve of a boost of sugar. It'll be maintained. It'll be processed at that nice small curve that we want. So just pairing things like what we did upstairs before we came down.
And that's what I've learned from you is because my bad habit was I'm hungry, just reach for anything right away. Chips, toast, or unhealthy snacks, chocolate bar, granola bar, thinking that it's healthier than a chocolate bar, but it's just as bad. So what I've learned from you is to prioritize healthy foods, protein. Have protein first. Breakfast, have
protein.
Protein.
You're setting up your metabolism for a more regular curve in your blood sugar levels, which then will allow it to metabolize things regularly.
And cut sugar cravings.
Yes, 1,000%. And then we haven't talked about hydration yet, but that also plays a really big role in cutting cravings.
Yeah.
What I learned from you is the pairing.
Yes.
The pairing. Because it's like links.
Yeah.
And you're carrying a train. I do these analogies all the time. That's how my brain works.
I love it.
Yeah. It's like you're carrying a train, but the train's not going to get there unless you carry the carts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't eat breakfast in the morning. So can we talk about this?
So there's a lot of different things that I want to say at the same time. I don't believe that it necessarily matters at what time you decide to have your breakfast. But if you think of the word breakfast, it is literally saying break the fast. And if you break your fast with sugar, you are already sending your body in a spiral of having to manage sugar all day long. So whenever you do break your fast, break it with something that will be fueling and powerful, which we go back to our proteins, our healthy fats.
Or if you are eating dates, pair it with some of the other stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Don't eat them alone.
When I wake up, the first thing I generally reach for is chia seed water.
Yeah, that's a good, powerful way to...
Yeah, a little cushioning, calcium, electrolytes, because I'm also a very dehydrated person in general.
Oh, I have tricks.
So yeah, chia seeds definitely help. Chia seed water specifically has helped a lot. But I find it helps me also not crash after I eat whenever I've had a chia water beforehand.
There's a few. Chia water is one. Having coconut water is a really powerful drink. Organic. Let's go for the organic. And fair trade. Okay. Fair trade stuff. But coconut water has a lot of the electrolytes we're looking for. So my super powerful trick for hydration is to just mix half coconut water, half water, have a pinch of sea salt, and like half an orange, and squeeze it in there. And
sounds delicious.
Guess what I'm shopping for today?
That is the number one drink I recommend to all my postpartum moms or even pregnant mamas, because especially if you're breastfeeding in the postpartum journey, you are dehydrated to another level. So, and very often we'll just drink a whole bunch of water, but then we're like noticing that we're just peeing. Exactly. You're just flushing it out constantly, is because you're lacking those nutrients that you need for the absorption and for the hydration to actually stick. So it's just kind of
pairing.
again. I mean, if you're just starting, I wouldn't like go too intense with trying to match everything together because it's a lot of pressure. I would really start with just small things, like thinking about hydrating when you wake up because you spent all night not drinking. And even if you don't use the chia seeds or like this great, this great mix of things that I just mentioned, like just have a glass of water.
Yeah,
it'll be really powerful.
That too also I learned to do with you.
I know a lot of people who, because I used to work at the co-op when I was living up north, and there's so many people in the communities who go to the co-op first thing in the morning and buy Coca-Cola. And that's like their coffee of the day.
They say that it's their coffee, but it's
it's just starting the day with water would make
I'm not very far off from that. So.
But it's okay because the body can withstand a lot. And then once you do start changing your habits, it will rebuild itself.
Oh, 1,000%. It is never too late to start. And that's one thing too that sometimes we kind of fall into. I'm already there. Like whatever.
That's how you're already fucked up. No, why even? Yeah.
Never too late. Never, ever, ever too late. I've seen 70-year-olds decide that they wanted to be fit and had never worked out a day in their life. And yeah, it takes time. Obviously, as you get older, it takes a bit more time for things to happen, but fully fit. Yeah. Fully fit, like maybe more than me. So anything, and it's never too late to prioritize yourself.
Yeah, because the organs regenerate. Yeah, we just have to give them a chance. Yes. Yeah, the regeneration of cells. So if we're
not shedding our skin, but it still happens.
Yeah. So it's for me that daily consistency where it's really grueling in the beginning, where it's like really difficult, where you really doubt that you can succeed in this like lifestyle.
You want to even,
but then you just do it. You just do it. And sometimes you don't, but then you try again the next day. And then eventually the mentality flips, right? Where you're so used to it now where you cannot do without it.
Right.
Where it just becomes natural, where it just becomes second nature, where you relearned and reconditioned your mind to reach for a protein-rich snack instead, to reach for a healthier dinner, and like you just get used to it.
Yeah, and then you even get to a point where you're like, oh, I need vegetables.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. Like I need to work out, and it like if I don't, I know when I eat consecutively unhealthy foods, my energy level just drops and I'm tired. I'm so exhausted. Like I just want to lay in bed and my mood is affected. And
then your decisions are affected.
And when I don't work out for too long, I'm moody. I'm irritable. I notice it. Yeah. It's my outlet, my stress relief, and that's
your therapy.
Yeah, like my way of releasing tension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just wanted to go back on like how you said it's grueling at first. It actually doesn't really have to be. It might have felt like that for you in the beginning because you went in, and changed a few things at once. But if you really just focus on starting with one simple thing that won't feel grueling and that you'll pair with something that you're already doing. Because behaviorally and psychologically, picking up a new habit is very, very demanding for a human being.
I don't say I would ever become as active as like B is now. That is, I mean, for one, it doesn't interest me like that. And it doesn't like, that looks boring.
And that's so important that you voice that.
Yeah. But I love walking. I love walking.
Yeah.
And it's not about me being able to walk more. It's about me telling myself I deserve.
Yes.
Yeah. To take that time.
Yes. It's
and it
time
can
for
start,
yourself.
It can start with 5 minutes, huh?
I was going to say.
You do
5,
not
10 minutes.
need
Guys,
to take an
I'm
hour.
struggling with this one.
Yeah.
It's my brother.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And like, this is why we're doing this podcast, because so many of our loved ones are dying premature deaths from things that are preventable.
Right.
And it's really real.
Struggling with this.
You want to take a moment?
We're here for you. You're in a safe space.
I don't want to mess up my makeup.
Yeah, her brother died from diabetes. And he was 40 years old.
Yeah.
He was a year older than me.
That's a lot.
He died from diabetic keto alone in his house
Yeah.
recently. So,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
but anyway, everything that's been happening this past few months since he died is just really amplified, like why we have to take care of ourselves, and
Yeah.
just wishing that he was able to do that.
Maybe for you, it could be doing it in his honor.
Yeah, not only me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear you say able to do that, because the reality is when you live in the communities, most people are not able to do that.
Yes.
The cost of fresh food, the quality of fresh food, the normalization, like the cultural normalization of high salt, high sugar foods, the isolation and the lack of cultural food that we have, all of that comes into play.
Yeah, I noticed it when I went to Huactac with Beatrice and we walked into the co-op and I saw the fresh food section and I was like, I'm sorry, $15 for 4 peppers.
And it's like shopping like that here now. It's the same prices
now it's
as
the same everywhere. Yeah.
subsidized groceries in the north. So,
but I think there's a way that you don't have to get necessarily the fresh one on the counter. You can get the frozen ones, because frozen fruits and veggies are very much underestimated as well. They hold just as much nutrients as the fresh ones. And that could be a really great alternative for the ones that are having a harder time getting the fresh produce ones. So that's a great way to target that.
And like Inuit, we're very lucky that we get the best organic meat in the world.
Yeah.
So that, I think, has been a saving grace for a lot of us, for a lot of people. And I guess I see it as something that has balanced things out, because so many people
we don't get to have all that fresh
processed foods. Yeah. But as much as they eat processed foods, they eat the organic country food. So it has helped sustain them a little bit better.
A little bit, yeah.
But there's still things that we can do.
But I was going to, to piggyback on that, it's very important to use the foods that you're culturally and genetically made to eat, because your body will respond to that, because that's how you're genetically, like my father's Italian, so Mediterranean, I hate that word. Say it for me, please.
Mediterranean?
That type of...
So you can eat all the pasta you want?
No, that's not part of it. Well, yes, but over there it's because it's so fresh, right? It's completely different. But but that's just my point. Like, I also am really fueled by fish, because we eat lots of fish, contrarily to the stigma of the stereotype of the pasta, but there's a whole lot of seafood and fish that are part of the Italian culture. So that for me is something that I know I really enjoy. I also enjoy meat because of my blood type. I have a more of an anemic tendency, so I know I need more meat. And so when it comes to like more specifics like this, I always say, well, culturally, what is it that you eat that works for your family, that is like a go-to, not processed? I really mean whole foods. Like what's the go-to?
Not panic.
No, exactly.
But seal meat.
Yeah. So like all of the caribou that you eat, like best meat ever, like the I kind of want to try the words, but I don't want to mess them up. So I don't want no. Yeah, that. So I've had some of that, which is very interesting. But all these things are super powerful to use the cultural foods in a fueling, powerful way, and not pair it with fries, but pair it with something more fueling.
Amazing.
Or if you're going to have fries, pair it with something good.
Exactly. That's called flex meal.
Okay.
So that exists, and that's something you can do too.
Yeah. So we're already
See
at
how
the
fast
end.
it goes? Especially when I fucking cry again.
I think that's great.
No, it's not. Honestly, because I do it every single time.
Yeah, but this, I think, I mean, no, it's not great that you cry. I don't want you to cry. But I think it just maybe you'll start seeing things differently for yourself and how much you're worth it.
Yeah, it's
and that you are enough.
It's definitely
Because you are so worth it. Like it.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from when you're saying that, but yeah, it makes me want to go push your head.
I want to push my own head.
And see, that's what I mean.
I do. I mean, I do.
Now you might just have a different perspective leaving this one.
But my traumatized head is thinking, okay, learn all this, do all this so that you can help somebody else. Like, it's not for me, you know?
You are helping somebody else in this moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Okay, we're going to wrap things up for part 1.
Yes.
Please
See
stick
how
around.
fast that goes?
Please. It does go fast.
Yes. Yeah. Please stick around for part 2 with my coach, Vanessa Luciani. And everyone at home, thank you for your support. If you wish to support us further, please be sure to head over to our Patreon on patreon.com/northern and join us over on Discord to keep this conversation going. Peace.
Peace.
It's refreshment time, and our refreshment stand is loaded with good things to eat. There's crispy, crunchy popcorn and hot, delicious buttered popcorn, lots of candy, and frosty, refreshing cold drinks. Why not treat yourself at the Refreshment Center now?
Welcome back to part 2 with Coach Vanessa Luciani on Northern. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I feel so privileged to be here with you
we
guys.
are privileged.
Honored to be here.
We're getting this information from you, which is so valuable.
Tool belts.
Yes.
We're getting tool belts.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting tools for our tool belts. Mm-hmm. So let's start with some easy, manageable habits that one can start if they want to start living a healthier lifestyle.
Right. I would definitely, what I would say and what I usually coach my clients to use is the 3 main pillars of a healthy lifestyle, which includes mindset, nutrition, and movement. So what I would say is look at things from those 3 pillars and pick one to start with. I would highly recommend to start with mindset because your mindset is what is going to set everything else up in motion. And one that's an easier way to sort of organize a little bit your mindset is just to pair a new habit with something. And that's when you can get into the nutrition or the movement part of things and kind of bring in that little habit and pair it. So if whenever you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you do is go to the bathroom and brush your teeth, then maybe you can pair a full glass of water to start hydrating right away with brushing your teeth. And it won't feel like something super heavy to start with because it's not a new habit you're building, but it's just something very concrete and easy to just add in and try to think about daily. And I would highly suggest to not start 4 or 5 things at the same time. That will feel overwhelming. And you might feel okay to do it for a couple of weeks, and then you're like, oh my God, I can't keep this up. And that's what we're trying not to create. So I would say 1 or 2 max things to maybe integrate a little bit at a time. I always start with water with everybody, especially if I can see in our conversations that hydration is something that is not so much of a priority or that hasn't been a habit that's been integrated. And I think that starting your day with that is super powerful in many ways. If you want to boost your water, you can add a little bit of lemon.
Coconut water, half coconut, half water.
Coconut water.
Coconut water mixed with half water, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of sea salt.
Yes, that's awesome. I would put that in throughout the day. And I would start the day with maybe a little bit of apple cider vinegar in the water instead of half-half. But the half-half is like your water bottle. You want to put that in your water bottle. Because the coconut water has more sugar, natural sugars. But I wouldn't start the day full on with coconut water.
Because that
I would
might
just
peak you
integrate
too
it.
high.
There you go. Especially if you're just drinking the water and nothing else is happening, because you're pairing that with brushing your teeth, right? So, and then I would start there because I highly encourage people to move slowly through the day as they build their habits. So starting with when you wake up is the first thing you do. And then as you keep developing those habits and they start to feel good, then you move to how you start your day. Like, what are your habits? Do you take a moment to breathe? Do you take a moment to journal? Do you prefer to do that at night? That's also fine. But a little moment with yourself and see how your day goes always helps. If you rather not start with this, that's also absolutely okay. But I would move towards the day. So what comes after when you wake up? Usually it'll be breakfast. Then I would proceed with integrating that complete and 3 plate that we've discussed in part 1 and try to balance out, or just start with one thing. Have 2 hard-boiled eggs in the morning.
Yeah, because before I started working with you, my breakfast would be a bowl of cereal.
Right.
Which is lots of sugar.
Very popular one as well.
Yes. And milk also is full of sugar.
Yes.
So for people who are used to that, like, we think that's normal.
Right.
But when I started working with you, then my breakfast looked like eggs, half an avocado, and blueberries.
Right. Or fruits in general. Yeah.
Or Greek yogurt, blueberries.
Some nuts or a nut butter.
Yeah. Yes.
And seeds or nuts and seeds.
So lately I'm into the oatmeal, gluten-free oats.
Oats they should be gluten-free.
Well, some aren't.
Right, because they're transformed and then they don't.
Yeah.
But if you get organic, usually it's...
So I mix organic gluten-free oats with chia seeds, flax seeds, coconut flakes, unsweetened.
You should get pumpkin seeds in there too.
Yeah, good idea. So I mixed that up and I put that on my
yogurt thing. Parfait.
Yeah, my parfait.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And I stopped putting maple syrup, which I was putting like every time I had that, which was often.
Right.
And I noticed right away when I removed the maple syrup, I don't have sugar cravings during the day.
Yeah. Because although the maple syrup is a natural source of sugar, just like honey. And actually maple syrup is even better equipped as a sugar than honey because it has amino acids, which are part of the protein molecule.
But not for the morning.
But it's not for the morning. It's just that it's still a sugar. So it'll create a little bit more of a spike in your blood sugar levels. But if you're it's occasional. At the end of the day, everything in moderation, right? Like if you're trying to improve your lifestyle and you're wondering how to start, don't pressure yourself with being perfect.
Yeah,
that is not what this is about.
No,
I am far from perfect, but most of the time, which we'll refer to as the 80-20 rule, if you will, most of the time, try to stick to powerful things or
fueling your body.
Yes.
20% fueling your soul.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always text you when I'm feeling super guilty. Like, I ate so much crap.
No, what happened recently? I've been eating so much bacon. And I was like, I looked at my phone like this. Okay. As if like you texted me that you've been having ice cream 3 times a day. And I'm like, okay. And then I waited for something else to come. So I just stayed and I waited. And she's like, well, just once or twice a week, maybe. And I was like, okay, once a week is fine. You're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So that's the 80-20. But we also say 80-20 because, again, it's a proportion thing. You spend a lot more time in your day eating and drinking than you do moving. Even if you were to work out daily, you're not going to work out for 8 hours a day. That's just not, unless you're a professional athlete, then you have a different type of schedule and then you better eat really powerful foods or else performance-wise it's not powerful. But you're eating 8 hours a day, or, I'm rounding things up, but you're going to work out for maybe 1. And if you're working out in ways that you're feeling you can integrate, it's probably a really good, powerful 20 to 30 minutes a day. And that's also something that people underestimate. You don't need a full-on gym membership and 2 hours in your day to move.
Yeah.
You just need your home, a chair, stairs, not even stairs, grab cans in your cupboards, and you can really get a very powerful workout.
Yeah.
Even like you can share when you're in hotel rooms and you have no equipment. I still make it work.
Yes, definitely. And
I'm a yogi. I've been doing yoga for 15 years. But it was only in the last year and a half that I committed to doing a minimum of 10 minutes a day. And so with that very bare minimum, and it can be the most, like even 10 minutes of breathing exercises, it's like a diaphragm.
Yeah.
The fact that you don't need to buy a mat, you don't need to do anything. You can find a video on YouTube, 5 minutes for a headache, 5-minute yoga for a headache, or even
reconnection.
Even if you're doing the dishes. Something that I like to do as a yogi is stand on my left foot while I do the dishes, and then I'll stand on the other foot while I do the dishes.
Oh, wow.
And it helps your brain and your body stay connected. Especially, I think a lot of Inuit have untreated mental health issues. And for me, when I started to treat my untreated mental health issues, I noticed that there was real disconnect between my brain and my body. And the actions and my values were not aligning necessarily. And it's not because I'm, a bad person, but sometimes maybe I didn't eat well for too many days straight, and then I'm rude to people around me, or the kind of influence that we have around others when we are not well is a tiny little hidden part of society that is harmful, especially to the ones who are dearest to us, the people in our home, in our family. So even these little things that won't make you feel bad if you don't do it, but not doing anything makes you feel bad by default. And the influence on the community is
very well said.
Palpable in many ways without that being identified as the root cause. So I'm just wondering what for you, for example, Beatrice, as someone who has entered into the lifestyle after many years of not taking care of yourself, that impact on the people around you. I'm just wondering what that was like for you.
Right.
took many years to be where I am mentally, to live this, quote, healthy lifestyle. And I want people to understand that I was not always like this, because everywhere I go, because of the content that I put on my social media, the exercising content, people, I guess, I mean, it's great. I love it. I love it when people say, you inspire me. I started working out because of you. I want to start working out because of you. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the encouragement. I love hearing all of that. But I also want people to know that it took years to build, and it's attainable with little by little. I wasn't always into fitness, and I say this a lot. It's not to be thin. It's to be strong and healthy and
feel good.
And feel good, because when we're exercising, our bodies release
the happy hormones.
Yeah, the happy hormones, the serotonins naturally.
Endorphins.
Yeah.
Dopamine.
Yeah, all those good things that our brain naturally releases. So that's what antidepressants are. They're artificial serotonin, dopamines. But if we integrate movement, and it doesn't have to be crazy like reps of like bicep curls. No, just walking.
Yeah,
walking does that for you. Trekking, hunting, anything, like everything that we Inuit already do, berry picking, that we already naturally do. And I want to be able to put my boots on when I'm older. I want people to focus on that. I want people not to think about how hard it is to integrate this lifestyle. It's just to think about, okay, when I'm 50 years old, I still want to be healthy and strong. When I'm 70 years old, I don't want to be stuck in a hospital because my organs are failing. And a lot of it is also, I want to be able to take care of my children, and when they have their kids, I want to be there and be healthy to take care of my grandchildren.
Right. And play with them.
Not just look at them. Play with them, lift them up.
Yeah.
And that's such an underrated part of society too, is that the family unit is so the most important structure in our lives. And if each individual is not well physically and not well mentally, there isn't much of a cushion for the next generation to grow up healthy and well into.
Unless one of us breaks that and changes it.
Yeah.
Which is what you've done.
And also, like in the workshops that I help facilitate, the group support workshops, we learn a lot about how the brain reacts to grief and how movement and breath can help heal those traumatized parts of ourselves. So it really makes sense.
It's a nervous system regulator.
Yes. Physical
movement. We use
movement.
it a lot in postpartum as well. And all of those diaphragmatic breathing techniques is a nervous system regulator.
And that's why I want us to break this information down into chewable information for our listeners.
Right.
Yeah. So, because we hear all the time, exercise is good for you. Exercise is good for you.
What?
How?
Yeah. How?
Break that down for me.
Right.
So you said it regulates the nervous system. So can we get into that?
The breathing techniques. Yeah. It's, and of course, movement as well. That's the number one reason why you want to move is because of what it does inside your body, not just muscular wise, and mobility wise, but everything else and all the happy hormones that it secretes for you to just feel better overall. So when we say how, just like you said, starting with walking is a beautiful way to do it, because you can start integrating movements within your walk and make it super fun and keep it super simple. Something like start walking, count 5 houses. When you get to the 5th one, do 10 squats. Right. Or move your legs. Then you get to the 5 next one, get on a wall somewhere or a bench and do push-ups as far as you can go. But just
standing up.
Yes, standing push-up. Just a question of movement. Bring your knees up as if you want to touch your knees with some knee drives, if you will. Like things that are very simple, but that if you start doing a little bit at a time, more frequently, because at the end of the day, you don't want to do that for a week and then never do it again. You want to establish something that is consistent. Consistency when it comes to your health is what will always drive your body to feel good and function optimally. So if for now you're never walking and you're trying, and this is something that, what you're hearing today, this is something that's inspiring you and you kind of want to start somewhere, start with once a week.
Yes, totally.
And then if once a week feels good and you're like, I think I want to go a second time, then that's bonus for you right now.
That's how I started.
Bonus points.
Yeah.
And so instead of pressuring yourself with going to work out 5 days a week at the gym, which is not attainable. I don't work out 5 days a week at the gym. And
you're a personal trainer.
Yeah. So it's just not something that is necessarily going to work for everybody's reality. So yeah, and you just stack these up a little bit at a time. And like we said, it could be 5 minutes to start with. Then you can start with just that one time, 5 minutes. Then that one time, make it 10. Then that one time, make it 15. And then if you're at 15, then you should probably start considering a second one of 5 minutes to start with. But I think we just always put too much pressure on ourselves. I think we need to give ourselves lots more grace.
Yes.
Into this journey. It's a journey. You're not going to get there next week. And changes don't happen overnight. You need time. You need a little bit of space to figure out what does work for you, what does not work for you. Like you said, Tanya, like you don't want to do what Beatrice does. And that's okay. You shouldn't. If that's not something that inspires you or that you're attracted to, don't do it. But you might be really inspired by Janice and her yoga. That might be something that attracts you. Or you might really love to dance, but you just never thought you could use that as movement. So starting very small is super positive.
Yeah.
And very empowering.
Yes.
And I would say a part of it is the confidence part. And sometimes the lack of confidence in yourself creates this space where you feel like you can not do it. But I promise you, the day that you show up that one time and show up the next time and show up the next time are all little pieces to your confidence puzzle. And every single time you put those pieces together, you're building yourself a really big picture of self-esteem. That body image, that self-image, you're creating it. The more you stick to your word, the more you build self-confidence. So just starting a little bit at a time, then next thing you know, you're feeling comfortable hiring someone to help you if ever that's something, or just walking into the gym in your community if you have one. Just anything that'll be the next step, or joining a walking group, or creating your own walking group in your community. Like it could really just be it could be anything. And sometimes we have these ideas and then we go back to, but I don't think I can be the one doing this. Why not? Yeah, you can.
Yeah. It's because like a lot of times we think that we need to be this like perfect individual, super qualified to create something or do something or start something. But no, it's really not. It's about taking the risk and like seeing where it can take you. And then like I say this to my bestie here and everybody listening. If you can do all these magnificent things that you're already doing, imagine when you're at your physical close to optimum, mental optimum, what else you can create.
It's pretty crazy what I can do with the very low energy that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm ready for this.
There you go.
Freaking ready.
That's the attitude.
Look at my water.
Yes, see?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good start.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. And like, I got super emotional in the last episode, but my brother died because of his health, and he was only a year older than me. And I think like when all that happened and we needed to, it was so unfair, so fast, so sudden, so unexpected. And where the beginning of our life had already been so unfair, I felt like in a big, big mess, but I knew that my brother's death could not be in vain. And I maybe needed a little bit of direction. And I went in the right direction, I think, but then I needed to be a little bit organized. And I feel like I'm so big on everything happening for a reason. And I feel like this episode has taught me so much. Like, it simplified it for me, and so I feel like I feel like there's hope.
Of course. Love to hear that. Yeah.
I'm sure you do, because you're always on my ass about getting healthier.
And I'm here, right? I can also help support.
Well, I've learned a few things secondhand.
Right. Yeah.
From Beatrice. Like, she said to me, don't put food on your fork while you're still chewing. So I try not to do that. But actually, when we were eating lunch today, I'm like, I don't know why people eat so slow. I love eating so fast. I just want to eat and get out of here.
But so that's it comes from a mindful eating perspective.
Yes.
And it's made for you to be able to connect to your hunger cues. So when you eat super, super fast, your stomach and your sensors don't have enough time to send you the signal and for you to receive it. So it's sending the signal, but you're so busy just stuffing your face and going fast that you're not hearing it. So having a bite in your mouth, putting your fork down, waiting to be done, creates a closer sensual experience with your food, which is the first step. Well, smell is the first step to your digestion, but when you're chewing, it's part of digestion. And the mindful eating idea is because when you're stressed, and you talked about it a little bit in the other part, but you're not able to digest and absorb the food. Your intestines have a brain of their own. And in a fight or flight state, it stops. So it creates a bit more of a connection, making your body not feel stressed because you're only focused on the actual experience of eating. So when you're watching an episode as you're eating, or you're doing a bunch of other things as you're eating, you're again not connecting to your cues that the body sends you for eating. So this could also be a place to start. It doesn't even... Well, I don't want to use the word, it doesn't matter what you're eating, because obviously it does. But if you're not ready to make the changes on your plate, just small little changing of mindful eating habits could help lower the amount of food that you're eating, and just pay attention to all the cues. And usually what we're looking for when you're eating like that, in a more like chewing 15 to 20 times, like so many of us will just go, nom, nom, nom.
But it's important too to have the saliva in the food to digest,
it's part of the digestion cycle. So chewing, then once it goes down and you're ready for your next bite, you spend quite a little bit of time feeling all the feels of that bite. And it becomes an actual experience. And so there's this exercise that I do with my clients that need to reconnect to their hunger cues with a raisin. And you just start by grabbing a raisin and just touching it and feeling it and being like, oh, what does this feel like? Is it sticky? Is it soft? Is it like, does it have creases everywhere? Like, how does this feel? And then when you put it on your lips, like, oh, what does that create? Do I feel the liquid being secreted? Like, how am I feeling with this just right on my lips? And then you put it in your mouth, but you don't chew it yet. And then you observe, like, what's my reaction? And this is just like a reconnection to what food does, instead of it being a big worldwide business of just eating as much as you can and all of the wrong things at the wrong time, you know? So it's just slowing you down into your experience, which then will really connect you to those cues. And once you get to chewing it, then you're really going to go feel everything that happens. Even when you swallow it, you're going to follow the food going down your esophagus into your stomach. And you're really like doing that exercise. You're kind of like, oh my God, I'm missing all of this when I eat. Like a lot happens. Mm-hmm. And it's just, obviously you're not going to do this with every single bite and with every single meal, but just having a little bit of a practice will help the cues send the messages better, because you're now ready to listen to them. Yeah. So it'll send a message saying, hey, you had enough to eat. Very often, what do? Ignore. And then, oh, I have to finish my plate.
That's another thing that I wanted to bring up.
So then you're like, but I already got the message that I'm satisfied.
Because a lot of people, including myself,
not to waste.
Yeah. And
we're conditioned.
We're
that
conditioned.
Way, not
I
to
was
waste
conditioned
anything.
that way too. Like, and in some cultures, it's even an insult.
Yeah.
If you don't finish. So like, there's a lot of that too. But at the end of the day, I'm going to come back to it's your body.
Yeah.
You're the only one living in it. And if after eating, you're feeling stuff all the time to the point that you need to nap, you went overboard. You went beyond the satisfied point. And so I really talk about the hunger scale. So 1 and 2 is where you don't want to go, where you wait 8 hours as you drive from New Brunswick and you don't eat. So that's the place where you're irritable, you don't feel good, you're lightheaded, like headache, like you're really on the extreme.
I was like that, yeah.
Yeah, you said you have this massive headache.
Yeah, I couldn't for 2 days.
Yes, because it's a lot for your body and hydration probably was a little bit on the same kind of.
I had this big of a coffee and 1 can of Coke.
There you go. So you had literally nothing to feed your body with apart from sugar and caffeine.
And then when you put your body through that.
Then when you eat, very often it'll go from 0 to 100. Then you'll stuff your face because you're so hungry.
I did that.
But then you go on the other end of it, and then you go into the 7, 8, 9, 10 part of the scale. That is, I ate way too much. I'm overboard. I got to rest now. I don't feel good either, because now I'm on the other side. So the idea is to stick between 3 to 6, which the 3 is the sign that I'm hungry. I think I'm hungry. And then it could be just a snack. Like it could be an apple with nuts and a small piece of cheese, if you will. And then you're like, am I satisfied? I am. And then this will hold you for another hour or 2. And then when you get another memo and you're like, oh, it's time for a meal, I'm going to eat a meal. And then you're like halfway through, check in and be like, oh, do I need more? Yeah, I do. Okay, let's eat more. And then listen, oh, I get the cue. I have this left. I'm going to keep it for my snack. Doesn't mean you're wasting. You can just keep it for a later snack. When we talk about breakfast, lunch, dinner, like it's a society thing. It don't necessarily have to be that. You could eat fish for breakfast.
Yeah, or you can eat your breakfast over 2-3 hours. Yeah. Like that's what I do.
Exactly.
I have my chia water and then I'll have an egg and toast, but I have to nibble at it for hours. Yeah. Otherwise, my body doesn't appreciate me.
And I recently learned from a doctor. I don't remember the exact term, but she was talking about how women, if like there's a certain window when you wake up that you should eat, because if you don't feed your body within half an hour from waking up, your body is sending signals that you're on survival mode,
Right.
because it doesn't know when it's going to eat. So it sends the cortisone way up.
Cortisol.
Cortisol way up. So when we have that habit of not eating in the morning, our cortisol is constantly up.
And that'll be often represented by a little bit more accumulated around the belly area. Your cortisol will accumulate around
so
there.
It affects the digestive system very much.
And your menstrual system as well.
Yes.
So your body, right? Wherever you accumulate the weight, the fat, is where it's going to affect you. And the visceral fat is the one that we really try to gear away from, because that's the one that accumulates around your organs, and that then will send your organs into I need help mode at some point.
And visceral fat is not always physical. No. I mean, visible.
You don't always see it.
Yeah, even thin people can have visceral fat if they don't have a healthy diet.
Right.
And fatty liver too, I think, is something people attribute only to alcohol, but really the diet and the lifestyle have. I was getting close to that, I think, direction when I was drinking a lot before 2 years ago. I've cut back. I won't say that I'm sober, but the level of alcohol that you drink does affect your liver and your body, but it's not the only thing.
No,
having an effect.
So alcohol, is going to be processed by your liver for you to be able to get rid of it and metabolize it. But all of your food also needs your liver to participate, and your gallbladder and all those things. So mostly the fats or the fried foods or and
all of that contributes to high blood pressure.
Yeah. All of the
heart disease,
cholesterol,
diabetes. And then
the package deal.
And then this also really concerns me, is that a lot of our loved ones are on medication to prevent these, which, I mean, it's good that they're being treated, but we see a lot that they don't make any changes to their lifestyle. So it's like, okay, now I'm taking this diabetes prevention medication. It's like a license to just eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Same thing with high blood pressure.
It's not a fix. It's just a maintenance thing. But they think it's a fix, and then they can just do whatever. It's not really how that works.
Yeah. But exercise and movement and eating can.
And you can make a lot of change. Like, I have a client. He had quite a few things, but I don't treat anything. That's out of the scope of my practice. I don't treat, or I don't advise or prescribe, or I don't do any of that. But he shared, and it's a little bit throughout the journey that he shared. I was just there to help him just eat better overall. He has his doctors for everything, but he told me that he was able to change his entire cholesterol response. So now he's not taking pills anymore. His fatty liver as well. He's like, his doctor told him that he's within the 5% of people that are able to reverse that, because nobody will actually make the changes necessary over time. I have to say, he is very dedicated and disciplined and listens to
He's more than
everything.
80-20.
No, it's the 80-20, but he just does the things. He understands that at some point motivation dies out.
Yeah.
And it's not about how emotionally driven you are to do the things. It's just about doing them.
Yeah.
And so that's also a place where we forget sometimes that like, you're not going to feel like doing this.
Yeah.
all
And people
the time.
think I love working out all the time.
I'm like, no,
No,
you're not
I
gonna
don't.
love
Like
doing this.
Vanessa knows me in and out. Like
She shows
inside and
up
out.
sometime and I'm like,
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
and I'm like, okay.
I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
And I
And
do
she
cry.
does.
Like
Yeah,
when you were running up her driveway and down.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
That's when I had just got, I had
The
Gigi.
baby,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was
Yeah.
newborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You know, I think if my brother had the choice, if he could look now and say, you know, if I eat healthy and exercise, I'll be here for my kids, he would do it.
Yeah.
There's
if
nothing.
he had the tools.
So,
and I would say another little trick that really helps is find yourself a partner. Find yourself a partner in that.
Totally.
Like find someone that's willing to just go on a walk with you or eat some celery and carrots with you for fun.
Yeah.
And you know what would be the most impactful thing is if you go on a walk with an older relative
Yeah,
who
absolutely.
might not be able to walk on their own, who wouldn't have an opportunity to go for a
That's
walk.
Such a
amazing.
good idea.
Such a
Yes.
great idea.
Create connection in the community as
Yeah.
well. I just want to mention, because we were talking about it earlier, but exercise and good diet, they all contribute to all of the good hormones we have going on. But some people need antidepressants.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
I'm totally dependent. Like I need antidepressants on top of all of the lifestyle
I
changes.
probably
that I've made.
need them too if I could get myself to the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I went on them, I was not gonna live anymore. And some people reach that point.
Yeah.
And
I have been there too.
yeah, it's okay to be there and then take the help that you can when you need it.
Yeah.
But understanding that there's things in your life that are contributing
Yes.
to a lot of that.
Yes.
too.
And whenever you'll be ready, you'll be able to slowly make that
Exactly, like your
change
client
when
who
you're-
phased out of his
Yes.
medication.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I did that too.
And and you did that with me.
Yeah.
It's over the last 5 years that you were
it
able
takes
to
time.
slowly come up.
Yes.
And I have another friend of mine, and she's so funny. She texts me, "I'm finally listening." And I'm like, I know you've been hearing.
That's
and,
how I feel.
and-
I'm finally listening.
yeah. But you have to get there. No one can make you be there.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'll have people calling me, "Oh, can I get a gift certificate for I would love for this person to get on." And I'm like, "I'd love to give you a gift certificate." Like, but I'm just going to say this. If this person is not ready, they will not do it. You will waste your money. And so I usually will not end up doing it because you have to get there yourself. You need to get there
mindset
yourself.
that you have, like you were mentioning.
And some things might have to happen. Some things you might just connect with someone somewhere that'll give you that little humph that you were missing for you to feel like
Maybe you'll listen to this episode.
you know.
Yeah. Such a good episode. So important.
So yeah, finding your people, finding your little community to support that lifestyle. There's that too, you know, the people that surround you and what they bring to you. Like they always say that you're an image of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
That is so true.
And so if you spend time with a lot of people that don't align with what you're looking for, you're probably not going to get there. But if you're aligned with 5 people, I say 5, but it could just be 2 for now, and that's fine too. But that are heading towards something that you're looking for, you're probably going to make that happen because you're being pulled in that direction.
Yeah.
I remember having a conversation like that with you many years ago when you first started working out, when you first stopped drinking, and how much, because you and I both were talking about leaving the North and living in the South just because of the access to necessities of life that we have here, but also the idea that there just aren't a lot of things that keep you motivated in the North.
Yeah.
And so if we can't be that for each other, which in the decade that we were talking in, it wasn't attainable socially necessarily. But right now I'm seeing a huge difference in the way people are treating their own bodies, the way people are interacting with each other, and how much more hope I have now than I did at the time when we first had the conversation about, being around people who have hopes and dreams and feeding off of them and feeding them your energy and
talking about aspirations and goals,
ambition,
and like just,
and it doesn't have to be huge and unattainable.
It can just be simple things.
And it doesn't have to be, I'm gonna lose 40 pounds. It can be, I'm gonna walk 15 minutes.
It actually should never be that.
It's never about the scale. It's never about the
The
scale.
scale will happen. Don't.
I mean, a body has mass. Like,
Yes. And anyways, the scale won't reveal everything that there is. So it's not a good reference anymore.
cholesterol.
No, the one that's
the cortisol.
like
Visceral fat.
Yeah.
Cortisol.
The scale won't show that.
No, it won't show that. And it won't show how much water you're retaining. It
Or
won't
your
show.
blood pressure,
It'll just give you a number. It's not going to show you what your body fat is. It's not going to show you what your muscle mass is. Like if even BMI, they used to use BMI as a reference. Body mass index. If I tell you my BMI, I am overweight.
And me too.
I'm not overweight. I'm just very muscular.
Yeah.
But it doesn't consider that I have a very high muscle mass.
Yeah.
So
In your own self-care, what are non-negotiables?
That's a good one. Eating healthy for sure is one that I like, even if I don't get to move as much as I would like, because becoming a new mom has its own fair share of obstacles.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. But even, through this journey, like baby girl's going to be 2 next May. Sorry, I have to take a moment, take that in. But it's been...
That's a few weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's been a lot of ups and downs. Like at the beginning, it was all about recovery and I was really focused on that. And but it's been movement, food, and one that I have not done so well is rest.
Yes.
Because you have to prioritize. And I know that moving for me is really important because of my ADHD. And if I don't move, all those symptoms, my mood swings, my impatience, my forgetfulness, my concentration, and now that I have the sensory overload as well with baby girl and I'm overtouched and I'm overstimulated, if I don't move, not the best person. So and food immensely impacts my ADHD, and especially in the postpartum journey, food immensely impacts the mental health in more ways than none, including all of the anxiety and depression parts of things. And I went through it. I had enormous mom rage because in my first couple of weeks, it was a very, very stressful time. Unfortunately, I didn't have a very restful and filled with recovery for unforeseen circumstances in our lives. And I had to kind of just step up as if I hadn't just given birth to a baby. So that created a domino effect in all of the other symptoms. So as I slowly got back into a place of repletion of my nutrients, I was able to get back to a better place. So I think that moving is part of the repletion, by the way. It's not just nutrients, but moving and food have been like, I know if I didn't eat the powerful stuff, I feel it right away. If I didn't move, I feel it right away. So even if it's 10 minutes mobility routine that I do with a client, even if it's showing up for her session and being like, B, do you mind if I move with you today? This is the only time I have. No, come on. It's fun when you're there. Sometimes I'll help my clients and myself at the same time. But those are my 2 non-negotiables is I have to move in some way. If it's walking the dog or walking Gigi to daycare morning and night, I make sure I do that. There has to be movement and there has to be powerful foods in my day.
That's another big thing that I learned from you is I'm always on the road. I'm traveling all the time. And you really taught me, prepare your food, bring your food. Because my problem a lot, and a lot of people who are trying to eat healthy, is when they're traveling,
especially up north.
Up north, there's not a lot of access to
and I always say, like,
foods.
don't leave food up to chance.
Yeah.
Because if you do that,
it's
not going to happen.
So I travel. Yeah. When I travel, I prepare healthy snacks. I put food in my suitcase now. I bring a little cooler. Yeah. So it varies.
It's a habit to pick up for sure. But it's a really great one.
Always have an apple in my purse, orange, nuts, a bag of nuts, and
some, even like, I'm not a big like protein bar type of person, but if that's what you have to put in your bag to help you, do that, you know, like go for it. Yeah.
Supposedly. So, how would you say that, this self-empowerment builds safer communities?
Well, on so many levels, I think it's a really big onion that we have to peel. But I think that if you fill your time up with things that make you feel good, you won't fill it up with things that mask the feeling of feeling good, which is often doing things that are going to attract attention that probably isn't very positive attention. And so and that goes back to what I said before, right? Like, if you stack up one action that you respect with yourself, you're stacking up your self-esteem, and then it takes away from having to gain this negative attention from people that you feel seen. Because at the end of the day, that's very often what happens, is you just want to feel seen, and nobody is seeing you. And so then you create chaos a little bit in your life to feel seen in some way, and then less and less people see you because you create chaos. So if you focus on your well-being, or try to, or start small, start somewhere, you're spending that time on something so powerful. And then each step that you take towards that will build your power. And that's how you regain that without being in a chaotic environment of negative, self-inflicting cycle of even crime, literally.
Yeah.
Thrill seeking,
which gets you in trouble at the end of the day in some way, or maybe not if you're lucky, but through those decisions.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Through those decisions, I think you can really find, like, instead of going out and, I don't know, ruckus somewhere, do a workout of 15 minutes. And
we were talking
your
about,
control is going to totally shift to something else.
Like for me, I was a very violent person.
There you go.
I used to break walls. I threw things. I broke chairs. I broke guitars. I punched people. I was very violent when I was very angry, when I was drinking.
I was going to say drinking also probably played a big part in it.
And a lot of therapy helped me understand why I was so angry. But now with strength training, that's my healthy way of releasing tension.
Yeah, and the anger.
Yeah.
Which is probably not as heightened as it was before, because you don't have the alcohol to heighten that state of mind.
Yeah.
But
I find strength training is really my outlet.
Yeah. I mean, just the action.
One of the outlets.
Yes, of course. Like, and it became that for you.
Yeah.
And it could be for someone else, because it's a really powerful thing to do.
It could be sports, it could be arts, it could be reading. Yeah. But my point is to find a healthy outlet that is not self-destructive. Because when I was that person, when I was that hurt person, I would go into this self-destructive spiral, into deep, deep, deep depression where it would last for weeks, where I just felt like shit. And that bled onto my children.
Right.
So, finding, unlearning all of that.
Yeah, there's so much unlearning.
Yeah, and then learning healthier ways, coping ways to release stress.
And sometimes you have to try a lot of things.
Yeah.
And trying all these things is okay. It's part of your journey.
Yeah, and not giving up. Not giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
Not because a lot of us abandon ourselves. Like
for years.
we see people, like you mentioned, you look at me, that's like,
It
that's
looks
her
like so
thing.
far away for you. But
you said, but I can't attain that. It's not for me.
It seems so
and
far
that's
away.
That's a self-abandonment.
Yeah.
But we must reconnect to ourselves.
And I mean, we were talking about how this healthier lifestyle is like an antidepressant, and the endorphins that are released in your mind and for grief. And I mean, Inuit are probably the society or people that grieve the most in the whole world. We deal with death more than, Canada, the average person. I mean, we know more dead people than
like
anybody.
There's 4 people that died in my community in the last 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. So
In a
we're
tiny community.
grief,
constantly.
So, and in a place where there's not a whole lot to do, and you're just piling grief on top of grief. I mean, these techniques you need to take whatever you can that's going to be an antidepressant, that's going to be, I'm so ready. So ready.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to learn to soothe ourselves.
Yeah.
In a healthy way.
In a healthier way.
Like
instead of a
when-
self-destructive way.
Like with when someone dies in my family and I log on to train with Vanessa, I'm just in tears and I just say, I don't feel like training. And she'll just say, we're just going to stretch.
Yeah. And we'll breathe. And sometimes she'll cry for like 20 minutes out of the 30. But that was her release. And crying is okay. It's a release.
Yeah.
And she moved in a way that was going to help her deal. And so that's what
Just
we need more
remain
of.
connected.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of disconnect in our people.
Especially the more it compounds on itself, the more grief, the more trauma that we experience, the heavier, wider the disconnect becomes.
Especially if you don't deal with each one, right? You just like...
And then the more unattainable high self-esteem becomes.
Right.
Yes.
And without a good image of yourself, I feel like you're more... when I had very low self-esteem, I was doing questionable things, hanging out with questionable people, not valuing myself and my time enough to not do harm to people around me. And because I wasn't caring for myself, the harm I was doing to others around me was like nothing to me in the moment.
You become insensitive to it. Yeah, immune to it almost.
Yeah. Like if I can put up with all of this, then
And they will.
Yeah.
So the individual responsibility to maintain a safe community literally starts with what you do when you wake up, how you fuel yourself, how you treat yourself.
Yeah.
I would say a lot about that and get into a little bit of the self-talk and the conversation we have with ourselves and how immensely powerful that is. And if the conversation is constantly beating yourself down, there's no other direction for you to go but down. And that's a really hard thing to switch and flip. So, and very often I'll talk about this with my clients. more on a body image perspective and on a restriction and abundance level. So we've been taught in this diet culture that we were brought up in because our parents lived a lot of that diet culture, or a lot of like thinking you had to be super
cabbage
thin.
soup diet.
That. Okay,
I remember that.
Or the
remember
cookies,
that,
eat the cookies all day long.
Atkins diet.
Yeah. Okay, so all these things. And so we have to take away all of that for us and unlearn these habits. And they had this language with themselves as we grew up that we thought, oh, that's how I talk to myself. Oh, okay, then that's how I talk to myself. But then it gets into a whole like restrictive way of seeing things. So even like before you said a few things, and I was like, oh, we start with language. So even just saying, oh, I'm going to be careful with what I eat. What are you getting careful about? Like, is there, exactly. Is something going to explode? Like, are you going to, like, no, it's not about that. It's about go in on all the greatness, Don't tell yourself, don't eat this. Tell yourself,
to your cues.
Eat this, But I mean, like, eat this abundantly.
Yeah.
Mindfully.
Yeah. So with clients, I'll be like, I'll never say, don't eat pasta. I'll say, fill up your plate with half a veggies. Now, how much space do you have for pasta?
And be happy you're fueling your body. Be excited.
Yeah.
And so that shift in the mindset, which is why I said, if you're going to start somewhere, try to shift a little bit that thinking and that self-talk conversation. I have exercises that I do with my clients. So the first part is to acknowledge the thoughts, to take ownership of that conversation. For example, you're getting dressed. Again, these pants don't fit. Of course not, they don't fit. I have a roll here. It's never going to fit. Why do you think you're going to fit in these pants? You're never going to fit in these pants. Why are you putting on these pants? You need other pants. Of course, you're going to have to go buy ugly pants because you can't fit in the nice pants. You see where, it's a whole spiral, right? But doing that spiral, because it's going to happen. I mean, and even it happens to me and it's normal, but it's to acknowledge it. Oh my God. Okay. I just had this whole conversation with myself. All right. Moving on. That is step one, is to acknowledge those thoughts. And it starts with one, and then you start to catch a little bit more. Oh my God, why am I so mean to myself? At some point you're like, whoa, like that is a lot of conversation about how bad I am or look or feel.
And would I say that to somebody else?
Would I say that
to my child?
Right.
Would you accept it if someone else said it to you?
Exactly.
Right.
So the part one of that exercise is not to correct your thought. We're quick to say, oh, let me switch it and say, I am so beautiful. But you don't feel like that in that moment. Don't force yourself to try to. That's not it. It's just acknowledge. Okay, that's how I feel right now. Acknowledged. Okay. And once you've been able for a little while to own up to these thoughts, then we slowly start to shift the conversation. But because this is such a big mental exercise, it's very draining. Like you'll be exhausted and you won't know why. But that's why. It's because you've been checking in with those thoughts of like, whoa, like this is a lot of conversations with myself that are like really difficult, and I'm dealing with that. So once you've caught, and I literally have a paper, and you will write the thoughts down. It's hard because we think a lot, right? But you don't have to write all of them down, but you'll write some of them that seem to be coming back. So at first, again, you're just acknowledging. So writing down the thoughts that are present for you to just own it. Okay. All right. No judgment with yourself. Receiving yourself, fully letting it be. When you have done that for a little while and you have quite a lot of thoughts on that paper, the next time you get that same thought, then we're going to slowly try to shift it. So if you're there like, oh, these pants again, let's stop there and be like, yeah, these pants are not there yet, but I have done this today to support that goal. I'm amazing. I've done that today. I drank my glass of water this morning, started off super strong. Way to go. Let's keep it going. So just shifting it, and also shifting things to the abundant level. So instead of going, oh, can't believe I didn't go for the walk, shifting it to, I still have time to go for the walk. Let me go for 5 minutes before I do something else. It's really, and it's not an easy thing to do, but if a little bit at a time you're able to take yourself to that more abundant place more often, you get there. You get to a place of feeling much, much better with your self-esteem and your self-image because of that thought process. And again, I come back to that same thing. You are the only person that lives in your body, in your mind, and that will ever live there. You need to take care of that person the way you would care for the person you love most, because that should be you.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
This was amazing, Vanessa. I wish we could talk on and on and on
we
and
would,
on.
though. We would like
Yes.
nonstop.
We'll have to have you back another time, but this is the end
Already.
of this.
See how fast it is?
Wait, I know. I have
Oh,
things.
yes,
Wait,
you
it
have.
can't be
Oh,
good.
that's true.
Okay, so we have mugs again. Sorry.
What do
I
we
did not know these mugs would come today. So I have just little things for you guys. Dark chocolate, because you know we like chocolate.
Oh, yes.
The dark one, though, I would prioritize.
Yeah.
We have matcha because so much more powerful than coffee. And I know all the coffee lovers out there are going to hate this. It's okay. You can still have your one coffee a day. But, and then just a little, hold on.
Oh,
I just gave it to Janice.
oh, you're so sweet.
And I'm not like sponsored or anything affiliated with this company. I just really enjoy their products, so I just have them.
What's
and then this is a
My
booty
strong
band.
wife.
Tanya, you got a booty band.
It's a booty band.
I got a booty bag.
It's a booty band. So you put it around your knees. Beatrice will tell you all about it.
Booty. Yeah.
We're going to build you a butt.
For New Brunswick.
It's gonna be a new booty. So there you go.
80-20. I'm freaking
A lot of
excited.
things stuck today. Eh?
Yeah,
I'm loving
yeah.
this.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. We're going to see a whole
I'm
new
impressed.
Tanya next time.
It takes I mean, a lot of things flush through, but when I'm listening, I'm listening.
Listen, like I said, if one thing came out of this entire conversation, I'm all for it. There
Thank
you go.
you
so much.
I'm going to
Pleasure.
drink water from this.
Yes.
This is going to be my new water cup.
Nice. Keep it right next to your water
Yeah,
source.
or beside my toothbrush.
Yes. Yeah. For your first glass of water in the morning. Love it. There you go.
amazing. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, of course. 8 a.m. Oh, no, 7:30. 8 a.m.?
Is it?
No, 9, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
All right.
9:30.
9:30. Anyways, we'll see each other tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone at home. Thank you for your support. If you wish to support us further, be sure to head over to our Patreon on patreon.com/northerned and join us over on Discord to keep this conversation going. Until next time, bye.
Yay! Oh, these are so sweet. It's gifting your love language.
Yes.
She's very thoughtful.
I'm excited.
I love